What's up, Miami Dolphins Nation? How you doing today? Thank you for joining me on Finstalk by Rolling with Carlos. Today we're going to go in and talk a topic that most of Fins Nation knows what's going on. The Dolphins are pretty much looking for two starting cornerbacks. They're not going to officially say it to the cornerbacks that we currently have on the team, like Storm Duck and others that I've mentioned in previous videos. But they've spoken to Rasul Douglas. Rasul Douglas earlier this month visited the premises of the Miami Dolphins offices and training camp, but he left the offices without a contract. From what I know, he also visited Washington or Seattle. I think it's Seattle or Washington, can't remember correctly. But also did not come up with a contract. Veterans don't like going to minicamp or OTAs, and you guys know that. They try to stay and decide between mid-June, early July if they're going to go in and sign. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and read to you an article from Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald in regards to the extensive searching that the Miami Dolphins are doing in terms of maybe one or two starting corners. I would say that they need two starting corners in order to help this defense. But let's see what Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel like to do. But I'm going to go ahead and read to you this article from Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald, and then I'll give you my thoughts. Dolphins reach out to veteran cornerbacks and contract information revealed. In their continued search for a veteran cornerback help, the Miami Dolphins have called to inquire about former Fort Lauderdale St. Thomas Aquinas and Los Angeles Chargers free agent Asante Samuel Jr., according to a league source. The Dolphins also remain in contact with former Bills starter Rasul Douglas, who rejected a previous Miami offer in a visit earlier this month. The Dolphins, who are trying to trade Pro Bowl cornerback Jalen Ramsey, have not made an offer to Samuel and have not brought him in for a visit, a source said. The Dolphins have conveyed interest and said they want to keep tabs on his recovery from neck surgery and want to remain in touch. If something materializes with the Dolphins and Samuel, it will likely happen in July. Asante Samuel Jr., 25, underwent neck surgery in April, and has a checkup scheduled in early July, after which he will meet with several teams. ESPN said he will be available to play this season. The Saints brought him in for a visit earlier this offseason. Samuel, 5'10", had 6 interceptions in 4 seasons, 50 games, 47 starts for the Chargers, who drafted him in the second round out of Florida State in 2021. He also had 3 interceptions in a playoff loss in Jacksonville. Samuel missed 13 games last season due to a shoulder injury, has a solid 92.3 career passer rating in his coverage area per Pro Football Reference. This week, Matt Bowens wrote a story with the best trade or free agent fit for each team and said the Dolphins are the best fit for Asante Samuel Jr. Bowens wrote, when healthy, Samuel has a playmaking mentality at cornerback and uses sudden losing speed to break on the ball. That fits in Miami's defense that played cover 2 on 27.3% of the time of opponents drop back last season, the 4th most in the league. Samuel has the traits to pattern match in man 2. Meanwhile, the Dolphins have maintained dialogue with Douglas, with which they met with team officials in Miami Garden recently but rejected Miami's initial offer. Both sides remain open to a deal if terms can be worked out. Douglas visited Seattle last week, but left without a contract. Douglas is 6'2", started 15 games for the Bills last season, and has appeared in 120 and has made 120 appearances and 80 starts over 8 seasons. He has played for the Philadelphia Eagles, Green Bay Packers, Carolina Panthers, and Buffalo Bills, and has a 93.2 career passer rating in his coverage area. He very likely would start on the boundary if he signs with Miami. Aside from Ramsey, who could be dealt in June, and nickel cornerback Kader Kohou, the Dolphins don't have a proven starting cornerback on their team. The other corners under contract, former second-round pick Cam Smith, Storm Duck, Kendall Sheffield, who signed Monday after a weekend tryout, but hasn't started a game since 2020. Rookie fifth-rounder Jason Marshall, undrafted rookies B.J. Adams and Ethan Robinson, Jason Marteri, Artie Burns, and Isaiah Johnson and Ethan Bonner. Besides Samuel and Douglas, other proven cornerbacks who remain available include James Bearberry. There was contact with Miami earlier this offseason. Mike Hilton, Stephon Gilmore, and C.J. Henderson. As for Ramsey, the Dolphins shrugged off April questions about a potential reconciliation and appear intent on trying to trade him. ESPN's Adam Schefter said last week that there is more interest in Jalen Ramsey than people realize. Schefter noted if a trade happens before, it wouldn't be processed until after June 1st for cap reasons. The Dolphins have $25.2 million dead cap money hit on Ramsey in 2025 if the trade happened before June 1st. The number would drop to $6.7 million if traded after June 1st. Then he went on to speak about the rookie deals that have been signed by the rookies this year. The only one left to sign is the guard out of Arizona. And trying to determine how much value the Dolphins have in free agent rookies, how much they believe that players can help their team. We always start with the guaranteed money given to those players. And those numbers, which have now been leaked, indicate the Dolphins' high regard for 3 receivers and 2 cornerbacks in particular. The Dolphins gave receiver Andrew Armstrong and Theo Wease $234,000 guaranteed apiece, which is high for an undrafted rookie, but far from unprecedented. Each has a chance to win a job on the 53-man roster. Also, guys, let me see if I can. Former Raiders cornerback, that is currently in the UFL is also interested coming back in the NFL. I don't know if Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel will go after him because of the fact he's had legal issues. But that's what's up with the Asante Samuel situation and the hunt for 1 or 2 starting corners. It sounds like Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel want 2 starting corners. They don't feel confident in the 3 or 4 that they currently have. And that, I don't blame them. I think if you're going to trade Ramsey, you need 2 starting corners. Leave me your thoughts down below. And guys, stay positive, stay on your grind, and go Dolphins. Peace.